Today is October 20th, 2014. We're still talking about integers, and we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. The essential question to keep in mind and to be able to answer at the end of the notes: what are the rules to multiplying and dividing integers? Well, let's look at those rules. For adding integers, when you have the same sign and you add, you can keep the sign. So if you add a negative plus a negative, the answer will be negative. If you add a positive plus a positive, the answer will be positive. If they have different signs, then you can subtract and take the sign of the number with the largest absolute value. So how many spaces is that number away from zero? Whichever number has the most spaces from zero, that is the sign that you will take. Subtracting integers, we've already talked about it. You use the method keep, change, flip. Now when we're talking about multiplying and dividing integers, if the signs are the same, the answer is positive. Even if the signs are negative, if both terms are negative, the answer will still be positive. So if you have a negative 2 times a negative 2, the answer will be positive 4. If the signs are different, your answer is negative. So if one of the numbers is a positive and the other number is a negative, your answer will be negative. Multiplying integers using a number line. We're going to use the practice problem A. Henry made 3 withdrawals of $2 each from his savings account. What was the change in his balance? So the word problem written as a multiplication sentence is 3 times negative 2. And we know multiplication is the same as repeated addition. So 3 times negative 2 or negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2. To graph 3 times negative 2, you should start at 0 and move 2 units to the left 3 times. So it'll look like this on a number line. Here we start at 0, we move 2 units to the left for negative 2, then we add another negative 2, then we add another negative 2. And where we land, the result will be negative 6. So to answer the word problem, the change in Henry's balance was negative $6. Practice problem B. Lisa plays a video game in which she loses points. She loses 3 points 2 times. What is her score? The multiplication sentence for this is 2 times negative 3 because she loses 3 points and she does that 2 times. So you multiply 2 times negative 3. Or in repeated addition, it's negative 3 plus negative 3. To show this on a number line, we start at 0 and we add negative 3. So we're going to go to the left 3 units and we're going to add another negative 3. And where we land is her score, which is negative 6. Please notice that multiplying a positive times the negative, our answer was negative. Multiplying integers, you can see multiplication various ways. So you may see this multiple ways on the test, in your worksheets, on papers, on the star. So please become familiar with the different ways to see multiplication. You have 3 times negative 2 with the multiplication sign, or when both numbers have parentheses around them. This also means multiplication. Or if one number is in parentheses and the one in front is not, it still means multiplication. Or, of course, you're familiar with the dot, which also means multiplication. So when multiplying integers, the first thing you want to do is figure out what is going to be the sign of your product, which is your answer. So again, if both numbers have the same signs, whether you're multiplying or dividing, your answer will be a positive product. If the signs are different, then your answer will be a negative product. Once you figure out the sign of your answer, then you can just multiply the numbers as usual and put the correct sign. So let's do some guided practice problems together. -3 times +5. The signs are different, so my answer is going to be negative. And 3 times 5 is 15. So my answer is -15. Guided practice problem B. -10 times -2. Both of my numbers have the same sign, which are negative. So my answer is positive. And 10 times 2 is 20. So my answer is +20. Practice problem C. -15 times +3. The signs are different, so my answer is negative. And 15 times 3 is 45, so my answer is -45. Practice problem D, +8 times +4. Since both signs are the same, they're both positive, my answer is positive, 32. Here are your 4 practice problems for multiplying integers. Please write the questions and solve the problems. Now we're going to move on to dividing integers. We're going to look at dividing integers using a number line. Here's the number line we're going to be using. It is vertical. Let's look at our practice problem. A diver needs to descend to a depth of 100 feet. She wants to do it in 5 equal descents. How far should she travel in each descent? So since we're taking a total of 100 feet and we want to break it down into groups of 5, that is division. And we want to figure out in each group of 5, how many feet is she going to descend or dive down? So we're going to use our number line on the right to find out how far the diver should travel in each of the 5 descents. So we're going to set up our division problem. We're going to take the total of 100 feet and divide it into 5 equal groups. We want to rewrite the division problem as a multiplication problem. So -100 divided by 5 is the same as 5 times a variable equals -100. So what is that missing number? You must remember the rules. If the product, which is the answer, is negative, then one of the factors must be negative. And since 5 is a positive integer, the other factor must be negative. So 5 times -20 will equal -100. Looking at our number line, if you start at 0, she will need to travel in groups of 20 feet in order to dive 100 feet in 5 equal descents. So here we start at 0, and she dives down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She reaches the 100 feet. We have our 5 groups, and we're descending 20 feet at a time. So when dividing integers, you can see the division in various ways. Yes, I know I spelled division incorrectly. Sorry. 3 divided by -2, or 3 divided by -2, or 3 divided by -2. Again, just like with multiplying, you want to determine the sign of the product. If both factors have the same sign, your answer will be positive. Even if both signs are negative, the answer is going to be positive. If they have different signs, then your answer is going to be negative. Once you figure out the sign for the product, then you can divide the numbers as usual. Guided practice problem A, 14 divided by -7. Since 14 is positive, 7 is negative, they have different signs. Our answer is going to be negative, and 14 divided by 7 is 2, so my answer is -2. Problem B, -55 divided by +11. Both signs are different, so my answer is going to be negative, and 55 divided by 11 is 5, so my answer is -5. Problem C, -36 divided by -9. Both of my factors are negative. They're the same sign, so my answer is going to be positive. -36 divided by -9 will be a positive product, and 36 divided by 9 is 4. So my answer is +4. Problem D, -45 divided by -5. Both of my signs are the same, so my product will be positive. So I will have a positive answer, and 45 divided by 5 is 9. So my answer is +9. Here are your division integer practice problems. Please write the questions and answer the problems. Please make sure you have all 8 practice problems completed. And you need to rewatch, you need to rewind, you need to re-listen so that you have a clear understanding of how to multiply and divide integers.